Good morning, everybody. It's morning here in Hong Kong, and I woke up pretty much to shoot this video because it has been in my head for the past, 2 weeks or so. I want to talk about a work by artist called P. Shi Liao. Apologies if I mispronounced the name. A Chinese artist that resides currently in New York. And I saw this work at a local fair called Unscheduled that happened just a couple of weeks ago. And when I actually saw the work, or I think, or the compendium of works, a few months before at the gallery that works with the artist called Blind Spot here in Hong Kong. And that when I saw the works at that time, it was part of a group show, so you understand the works, but because they were in a group show, the context was not necessarily, or at least it didn't resonate to me as strongly as it did on the fair, because on the fair was kind of like a solo show, so it was a bit better, it was more impactful, better contextualized. And the story about this work and the reason why I decided to acquire it started the night before. The night before, I was at an opening, and we were having this discussion, a group of people, about nudity. And we were discussing how the perception of nudity has changed over time. Like, it's no longer like so much of a taboo these days. I mean, you see, like, pornography is pretty much open on the internet, and younger generations are exposed to nudity in a very early stage. Museums open, express nudity and so on. Even in like a very conservative society like Hong Kong, the work at the Hong Kong Museum of Art was about nudity is extremely well contextualized. So it's okay. So I get that gives us that certain like a tolerance and perception towards these expressions. So on that conversation, one of the people talking made a point about chests and nipples, and like that is not necessarily that until today there's certain taboo still on showing, like, for example, like breasts, female breasts in this case, on screens, and not only the screens but advertising and so on, which he has an extremely valid point, right? Nudity is not necessarily so open, but it's far open than 20 years ago, but it's not necessarily as open. And then I was like, okay, that's an interesting thought, and I was going to, and then it kept kind of like kept in my head there. And then I went to Unscheduled the following day, and I was going through the booths, and I went to Blind Spot booth, and then I saw this work, right? And where you understand what is, with all the activism that is happening today towards Me Too and female rights and equality and so on, that then when I saw that work, it just like shouted at me. It was really powerful from a context point of view, and that's the reason I decided to acquire it. But the story doesn't really end there. So when I acquired the work, immediately I texted the artist to say, like, look, I really like your work, and so we had like a brief chat, and I told her that I found the work so powerful, and these are the stories that need to be told. This context, the context that you're trying to present in the work, is a story that need to be told. You need people to start resonating the message that you're trying to convey, because it's a very powerful message. So I said, like, I will do anything that I can to do that, to help you out, and I think that's the role of a very sound collector, is not to put works on a pretty wall, or not to put works and make your wall pretty, but to realize that these expressions are important, and these are very personal expressions from an artist, and when they address social contexts that are relevant, we need to, as a collector, you need to participate and to jump into that snowball and be part of it, because these are rights that need to be fought for. So I told her that I will find a way to express my views on the work, and therefore I actually discussed it briefly with some people, and and of course there was some encouragement, and I decided to do it. So I wanted to pretty much to talk about this work, and not only her work but her overall compendium, because after I acquired the work, I decided to actually buy her book. She actually has a book on where the work is in there. She has a book of photography where with pretty much all the other works. I will put works on the video, and when you understand that she's not necessarily expressing her concept is not just about equality, but it also expresses what it means to be in a relationship per se. Perhaps, and my context was what it means to be in a relationship with an opposite, right? In this case, it's gender, right? But with an opposite. So she explores issues of conflict and weight and tolerance and yeah, it's you probably need to go and see the work, so you can like go around the images that I'm putting on. You realize how powerful it is, how meaningful this exercise is for her. You can even feel her emotions. There are photos that are extremely powerful. The ones where she's working with weight, where like her partner is on top of her, or she's carrying the partner. I mean, anybody that has been on a relationship understand how much weight a relationship carries. These works are beautiful. I found it really moving. So shout out to Pishi. I think this body of works is really powerful. It's very meaningful. I think even as a person, I mean, if you put that work in somewhere in your house and you see it every day, it reminds you that when you're in a relationship, for example, this is what it takes. It takes to be. You need to be tough. You need to be committed. You need to be in there. So and that is a reminder. And normally, like the works that you see around, I mean, at least in my case, the works that I like to have at home are works that are constantly telling me something important. So I really wanted to first of all help out, tell the story, and thirdly to say thanks to the artist Pishi and also the gallery on Blind Spot, for giving her a space to showcase her works. So that was the video about. I hope you guys, I mean, if you wanna look at the artist, you can just go to Blind Spot here in Hong Kong or just Google her name. Is going to put it here. There you go. Yeah, and look at her works and keep an open mind and try to understand what the artist is trying to say. And so that was the short video, under 10 minutes. Yes, I did it. And so I mean, I don't know. I'm so moved. I don't know what to say, but well, you guys stay safe. Keep going out. Keep seeing art, and let's catch up soon for, I don't know. We can talk about arts, life, and everything else. So all the best, guys. Cheers. Bye.